I was doing some research and I found this video from at Adam Mocker, along in conjunction with the Midas Touch Network. Talks about a government worker who decided to talk about things that's going on the inside. Check it out.
What is saving all this money for? You want to know what it's for? You want to know what shredding the government is for? It is because our politicians, specifically Trump, Elon Musk, Doge, but Republicans as a whole, are gearing up to. I don't know how much of this I'm allowed to share, but I guess there's only one way to find out. Basically, I work in the federal government in a office that I'm trying to not give too much away. That is handling a lot of the executive orders, and the government's gonna be in shambles, dude. This is the executive orders and the return to office. This is all stuff they don't have a plan for. This is stuff written so poorly, just single-handedly, to thin out personnel and to disrupt the workforce. If everyone's trying to cheer on, for example, DEI, it's bad. No, it's not DEI, it's DEIA. But everyone tries to fit a narrative. Do you know what the A stands for? Accessibility. Do you know what one of the repercussions of that executive order is? It is pulling down any document, any web page or anything with any of those 4 words on it. That's a part of it. It's not just any sort of external hiring path or anything like that. No. It's literally if a form or document that is open to the public and stuff, or internal, literal policy manuals, for example, has the words diversity or equity or inclusion or accessibility, those sections have to be pulled down, revised, and can only be put up after manual review and legal review. I'm not even joking. Do you know what has a lot of those words in it? Tax forms. Do you know what's happening in this season? Taxes. That's right. That's not even just that. The back to work stuff, it is single-handedly not because of productivity. No. Productivity shot up when we had telework and remote work. It's actually dropping, and it's a problem. They don't have the physical space for the staff to return to the office. They are trying to force people and reassign people to different field offices. They don't have the space. There was no plan before these executive orders went into effect. I'm watching it. I'm dealing with it. Then on top of that, getting rid of remote work, getting rid of telework and everything like that, they are trying to have people resign so that they can get rid of government positions. And what is the end goal, you might ask? Because they're also firing all of the new hires. Not every single one yet. Anyone that got a job offer, they've already rescinded that. Today was the day that they referred probationary employees, which is your first, depending on what position you have, it's either your first year in the position or 2 years if you're an attorney, for an example. They just referred all of those positions of new hires to their lead agency, which is then going to give that data to the OPM, Office of Personnel Management. And they are basically going to decide who is going to get clipped. Maybe nobody, but probably more people, including possibly myself. And what is all this for, you might ask? What is saving all this money for? You want to know what it's for? You want to know what shredding the government is for? It is because our politicians, specifically Trump, Elon Musk, Doge, but Republicans as a whole, are gearing up to give another round of tax cuts to corporations and the ultra-wealthy. And they can't do it on the current proposal because we are now at a point where corporations and the ultra-wealthy are paying so little in taxes, and a good portion of them are already paying absolutely nothing in taxes and are instead getting refunds literally out of our pockets. We might as well just say, Amazon, I gotta pay Amazon $1,000 for nothing in return. Literally, that is what's happening right now. It is so egregious that they are trying to not cut the Pentagon, not cut defense spending. They are cutting the literal fabric of our government and social services. Medicaid is on the block. These programs, it's going to be felt throughout the country. It is. It doesn't matter if it's the TSA. We've already seen ridiculous lines. It's because people have been fired. Parks, Literally, the amount of government, it could be sanitary, like as in like trash collection and stuff. It can be as much as, I don't know, the DMV,
aviation committees,
passports, USPS, or yeah, USPS, and like all of these government things that you don't realize on the day-to-day, our government organizations, they are all going to be affected. This is going to not only directly impact people that work in the federal government, but everybody in the country. You think voting was bad before. Oh my God, dude. And I get mad because, like, this is the flexing of executive power, and yet the last administration, it's frustrating to watch people not do anything when they're in positions of power. And this is a perfect example of what it looks like to flex that power, but for all the wrong reasons and in all the most horrific ways. And that sucks. I hope you enjoyed watching my face change different colors from the TV.
Well, that was incredibly well said from a federal worker, and I have more clips that I want to play for you guys, but I just want to highlight a few things he said there. At the end, when he says, you think voting now is hell, just wait until your forms of identification are harder to get. Just wait until they put more roadblocks up in an attempt to suppress voters. I want to play some more clips about this hostile takeover of our government and the unintended or intended consequences of what could happen.
Are you guys watching this? We have a private takeover of the federal government that is being labeled reform. It is clearly in violation of a number of federal laws, at the very least of which is records retention, that a lot of websites that are being unilaterally taken down, public data sets at the CDC that were unavailable for, like a CDC employee had to go out of bounds and upload those to a drive online just so there would be access to them. We have people who haven't gone through security clearances who are using Gmail addresses to join top-level OPM meetings. This is an effing circus. And I guess, sorry, that's all the time that the guest has. That's all the time we have this morning for Trump Morning News. As always, we remind you, your state legislators, you can't do anything directly about this, and there's nothing the Republican Party could have done in the last 20 years. Oh, and by the way, Musk did a salute on stage.
Thanks to Josh McLaurin for ending that off with some fire. Those are the types of knife fighters that we need. I have one more video coming from Ryan Grimm, who actually breaks down the US aid lies, because Elon Musk has been bombarding his timeline with lie after lie after lie about US aid, and it's about time we begin to push back. Even if it's overwhelming, we have to push back. So before I play this clip, all that I ask is that you drop a like, subscribe, and just keep in mind the dismantling of US aid by the Trump administration will completely nuke our ability to get ahead of Russia or China. It was established by John F. Kennedy during the Cold War in order to promote global development and prevent nations from falling under, at the time, Soviet influence, but today it would be Russian influence. So its abrupt closure is being celebrated by authoritarian regimes across the globe. The Kremlin is celebrating what Elon Musk is doing. So let's watch this. And just keep in mind again, U.S. aid accounts for less than 1% of the federal budget. Elon Musk is acting like it is 40% of the budget and he just saved America. No, it is less than 1% of the federal government, and its impact on global education, health, democratic initiatives far outweighs that 1% than we spend. But Elon Musk can't do the cost analysis.
Every day we are reaching previously unseen levels of duplicity and stupidity, particularly on this website owned by Elon Musk. Let's take this one for a second. So now the MAGA populists think that they have uncovered a new scandal because they say that Politico is actually funded by USAID to the tune of $8.1 million. Now, if you look closer at the numbers that they've pulled out of this database, in fact, that $8.1 million, that's across the government, that's to lots of different subscriptions. It doesn't even have anything to do with USAID and Politico. But if you dig even deeper, what they found is that Politico, over several years, has gotten $44,000 from USAID for subscriptions. Now, Politico runs a product called Politico Pro, which can cost as much as $10,000 a year. Politico is not the only one that does a product like this. Bloomberg, some others do. I think this is a pretty corrupt way to run journalism because the people that can pay that aren't mostly government. That's a tiny drop in the bucket. It's mostly corporations, lobbyists, weapons makers, pharmaceutical companies, the kinds of people that you don't really want to be the ones that are funding journalism, because then the journalism becomes captured by that money. That is not the scandal they think they found. They think they discovered that USAID is the one funding Politico. That's wrong. But the funniest thing is, wait until they find out who funds Elon Musk. Elon Musk's main funder is the federal government. So if being funded by the federal government makes Politico corrupt, when they're not actually funded by the federal government, what do they think of Elon Musk being funded by the federal government? And whatever he's getting now from the feds, he's going to be getting many times more than that over the coming years because of suckers like this guy.
Very well said. And you know, it's gotten so bad that even Russia Today had to debunk some of the lies being told on Twitter, which is ironic because I made a video earlier about how Elon Musk has a premium subscription to Russia Today. Russia Today exposed that, and they just posted a debunking. No, U.S. aid didn't pay Angelina Jolie $20 million to visit Zelensky. We would gloat about it, but the source is a single dubious viral video. Enough real scandals without fake news. And the thing is, almost every single statement that Elon Musk has made about our institutions over the past few weeks have been straight up lies. Straight up lies, but then he uses those lies that he spreads to justify undermining these institutions. With U.S. aid, there are many valid reasons for it to exist. Are there problems with it? I'm sure there are problems with every single agency, and we want to make it more efficient, but he is nuking. He is completely destroying that entire agency based on the lies that he spreads, and we need to keep that in mind. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe, share this video. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
BetMGM Casino.
I love Adam's work. Check out his channel. Until next time, Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender. Never